Sick. Okay, cool, man. So, how's it been going? Is it Alex or Alexis?
Alexis. Yeah,
Alexis.
Alexis.
How's it been going, Alexis? Your
It's
week
been
good?
good, man. I'm not really too I'm pretty new to all of this. And so a lot of our clients are based off of like network and recently there was a gym that closed down nearby. So all of our clients have been either referrals, our Instagram or through Instagram. A lot of like kind of the main marketing that we do is through Instagram or not so much Facebook, but a lot of traffic comes more through Instagram. And we've been trying to do like small things that people suggest, like have people write Google reviews, Yelp reviews, etc. But more or less, I feel like we could do a better job. So that's kind of why I've been kind of exploring the option of like, oh, like how can we incorporate, like digital marketing or ads, or how can we do it? And so that's kind of how I got to you.
Awesome, man. Awesome, man. So, uh, that sounds like a huge opportunity with the gym closing down close to you. So I guess, what exactly can I do for you today? What do you have in mind? You're just kind of looking for the blueprint. You want to see what we've been doing? What do you have in mind?
I just kind of want to get an idea on what you do, kind of things that we either like little things that how could we like incorporate your service? Like basically like goals of mine, right? Is I want to bring more traffic. Our retention rate is pretty good. We rarely have people that leave the gym. We have your like standard like very rare is it like like I don't really like the feel of the gym. Most of the time, is people get busy and all that kind of stuff. So I think the retention rate is good. Like what we're doing is cool. If we seem to get good feedback from other people, but it's just how do we broaden our audience? Like how can we bring in more people? But we have a dilemma there. Like there's a little bit of a dilemma, and here's the dilemma. We are in East Hollywood right now. We are planning to change the demographic, and we want to move to where there's more families. Like where we are is like super hipster. It's like it's cool, but there's not that many kids. Most of the people that have kids kind of like more struggle, more or less. It's like we're trying to we're like I mean we have a lot of young adults, people that are like well off, but it's not like where we have that client where their kid wants to train, their wife wants to train, and mainly it's just like that one client. So we're trying to figure out. We're potentially moving to Culver City, which is about a 20-minute drive from here. It would broaden it definitely puts us in a more like lucrative area. But there's nothing has finalized. We don't have the place yet, but we're looking. And so that's where the dilemma kind of comes in, because I don't know how important like an established location needs to be when it comes to this, or you know what I mean?
100%, man. 100%. That makes a lot of sense. So it sounds like you guys have been in this area and you're looking to reach a new demographic because you're just not finding that you can get the right families and the people that want to train, kind of like the more doctor, lawyer, everyday Joe that wants to be a hobbyist plus his kids. You're more just getting the guys that are like wasa dudes, jitsu, surfing, that kind of thing, hipster stuff.
Uh, yeah, we're kind of getting more of like we are like our demographic is like anywhere from age 25 to like maybe 37, 38, young adults, no kids, maybe girlfriend. That's it. Like I'd probably say we have no more than 10 clients that have kids. And out of those 10 clients that have kids, maybe two or three of them train.
Mm.
Yeah, and our kids program is like pretty weak. But like I know like right now we like our adult program, like our we kill it. Like we get any I mean for a new gym, like we have anywhere from as little as like 15 to 17 to like 30 people that come in for the classes.
Nice,
Which
man.
is
Nice.
not bad for like we have a small space. It's not bad. It could get a little tight when it starts reaching like 23 to like 30 people. So we're definitely wanting to change space. We just don't have that established space yet. But the reasoning on kind of contacting you and trying to figure things out is like what you offer, and for the situation we're in, is it like it, maybe you can just kind of answer that first question, like kind of what is it that you do, and with the situation we have, what do we need to do moving forward in order to like to kind
Yeah.
of, you
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? I hope you get what I'm
Absolutely.
saying.
Absolutely, brother. So we can definitely get into all of that, Alexis. And there's some additional questions I'd like to ask you as well. Really, I just want to understand more about what it is you guys currently have going on and see if
Sure.
you're a good match. And then I'm confident I can get you the results you're looking for. It can sometimes be harder with like a new business, as cash flow and things like that. But then
Right. Yeah.
once I kind of understand your needs, I can dive a little bit deeper into our program, what we offer, what we do, and how that works and everything. And then if it makes sense, you can talk to your brother and you guys can kind of make the decision if that's something you might want to move forward on.
Okay.
Obviously, you're friends with Professor Liera. He's super super dear to me. Really really good guy, and it's been amazing to do this work with him. So one of my first questions was how long have you been in business? You said it's kind of a newer program.
Yeah, we started classes, um, I believe May of 21. We just started classes, but like, you know, we were doing like, cause I was like somewhat during the pandemic, we had like private lessons still going on. We only did like a few classes a week. The business started like really kicking in around like fall of 21. So we're probably like realistically, we've about a little over a year.
Little over a year of really having that traction and to be fair, like 8 to 9 months of like things are really starting to pick up, right?
I would say, yeah, because right about because we didn't we honestly we were like cash flow from the beginning, and it was a fucking mess. It was like I was like trying to reach out to people like, hey, like the month's coming up, and so we ended up we incorporate, like, we have Zen Planner, we have like a system, like a software that helps us keep track of everyone, their attendance, so we're not lost when we like promote people and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so we are probably, I would just call it a year.
Okay. Okay, cool. So you're currently just doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and you have an adult program and a kids program. Is that right?
Correct. An adult like fundamentals, and like a novice class we do, like a beginners.
Perfect, man. And I guess what's your average membership? Like, do you guys do contracts? Do you guys do month to month? Like, what's your average
Yeah.
ticket for that?
So we have three rates. The first rate is like two classes per week for the month, which is 180. We also have if they want to do three classes a week for the month, that's 200. But if people want to do unlimited, we just do it at 220.
Nice. That's good prices out there, man. That's premium. I keep telling I
Dude,
gotta
honestly, it's cheap over here. Like Cobrinha is near us, and Meraki and all those guys. Like there's like an undefeated gym over here too, and those guys charge like anywhere from 250 starting to 300 or 350.
It's crazy, man. It's so beautiful to see the sport, grow and for the business to really be able to come into play. I mean, you guys are just getting you're really just getting into it, and like I've worked a lot with Mike Liera Sr. He's really the one that put me on to the jujitsu marketing program and like how it works for him and everything. But yeah, man, I mean, you guys have so much room to grow here. So with that, like your average client, you said you have really good retention. I'm sure a lot of people jump on that unlimited plan. So you're selling kids program and the adult program. Which one of these are you really looking to grow right now?
Um, to be honest, both of them. If I mean, like obviously it's different demographics, right? Like it's different different market, right, for each of them, right? But I mean, ideally, I'd like to do both, but
Yeah.
probably right now, I know the money lies with the kids, so
Right.
I'd probably like want to charge that one a little bit more.
Yeah, man. I mean, kids programs are great because you can have I can't think of a name for them. I need to have a name for them, but like you've got your parent that has always wanted to do jujitsu and they vicariously live through their kids. So they'll sign their kid right up, they'll buy a gi. And I mean, you can get motivated parents to sign their kids up to jujitsu way easier than you can get motivated white belts to come in and sign up. So kids
Correct.
program is a gold mine. So who's your ideal client with that? You said you're doing a little bit of demographic switch, maybe looking at a new location. Like, what does that look like exactly for kids and adults programs? Who would you love to have in there more?
Honestly, probably kids. Like kids, I'd like to see a little bit more. I feel like as far as personality wise, like honestly, I'm really new to this stuff, so like I don't exactly know what I'm looking for, and that's why it'd be nice to like be pointed in the right direction.
Yeah.
But you can get it like an idea, and like we kind of have like we're trying to use a little bit of like our personality somewhat within like how we market, like especially our Instagram. Like we have like we're we're from the city, so like we kind of added that element somewhat in our like our visuals for like Instagram and stuff. But ideally we would like young adults, but we also want families. Like we want like those like residual clients where it's like with like the parents training, like the, and then maybe we'd have to figure out like what type of family we would want, but ideally we'd like families who have money. You know what
Okay.
I mean? I don't know if that's just a um general market, but we're looking to move into a rich area.
Okay. No, that makes a lot of sense, man. So if you can get, I mean, that's the banger, right? If you can offer some kind of family program, or something like that, where you got the kids training and the dad training, or the mom, or whatever, the older brother, and you've got one person that's paying three memberships, and you have some kind of incentive for them. I mean, if we could get those kind of people in the door all day, that's going to be, growing you guys. So, yeah, man, that makes a lot of sense. And the cool thing about online with what we do is we can structure a strategy that attracts any type of person. So, we can literally
Well,
run
yeah,
some.
I mean that's yeah for sure. Like I would, man, if we can, yeah, if we can do something like that, that would be really cool.
Yeah, man, just literally calling out, hey, attention Hollywood families, or probably we wouldn't say Hollywood, we'd say whatever area is like real, the rich neighborhood. Hey, this neighborhood families, we've got a program to kickstart your whole blah 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 bonding. Like we write it all out. It's all scripted. Everything like looks real nice. But yeah, man, I mean that's huge. And of course we separate it too. So you got your kids program campaigns and your adult program campaigns, but having a big offer for families and driving those in, bring your kid to training day. I don't know, like we could brainstorm that a little bit, but I could see that being a unique angle where you can get, you can offer a little bit more than just jujitsu. It's more of a community, it's more of a family, it's a bonding experience. So there's potential there for sure, man. No doubt.
Yeah, honestly, that's kind of like our big thing is community. And honestly, like when people come, it's like our main thing is getting people to come because once they come, they're just like, yo, like I'm fucking down. Like we get quite a bit. We get calls, but most of it, I mean, I don't know if this is the right thing, but when people call, like and they ask about pricing, I was like, I usually just say, you know what, just come in, try class, and we can talk about the rates. We were doing like a free week trial. Try the class out for a week. You can get to see like kind of what you're investing in, and then we can talk about rates there. I don't know if that's the best thing, but anytime I don't have to tell people about pricing, they come and they want to invest. But anytime I tell people like the rates start at 180, based off of attendance. That's kind of how we do our memberships. And then, dude, it's hard to. I very rarely see those people because I've been keeping like a tally, like keeping a note, like like man, like this person was not told the membership price, so when they come in, they're like, yo, like this is cool, like I know what I'm investing in, and you get what I'm saying?
Oh, 100%, man. And we do the same thing at Logos. Like, it's like we will sometimes give them a range, but we're like, hey, man, just to avoid people price shopping us comparing to other schools, I know we offer a really unique experience. So I don't even want to talk about the money. It's going to be completely free for you to come try. It's going to cost you nothing to come check us out. And then when you get here, you can see if you like it. We'll talk about the dollars then. And yeah, I agree with you 100%, man. Because people, they'll call up five jiu-jitsu schools, 200, 180, and then they'll be down the road at the Gracie Baja for $99 a month for a blue belt, and it's like that's not what we want. We want people that are gonna come in, try it, enjoy it, and then they know the price, because white belts a lot of times if they're just they heard about jujitsu through Joe Rogan, they don't really know what they're getting into. So you got to get them in the door. So I completely agree with you there. How many
Oh yeah,
clients?
we
Oh,
have about 80 right now.
about 80 clients.
Yeah.
Nice, man. In about a year, 80 students. It's incredible.
Dude, thank you, man. I mean, honestly, I wish it was like way more, because I know it can be way more. Like, I'm like, honestly, like, my goal is to be one of the biggest academies in LA. Like, when people think of Los Angeles Jiu Jitsu, I want them to think of my school. And, like, bro, I'm like in this shit to fucking win it. Like, I'm kind of holding back a little bit, but like, yo,
Yeah.
like, this has been my goal since like 2015. Like, I was like, man, I mean, around 16, 17, I was like, yo, like, I want to fucking start a school in LA. Like, there's like a lot of people are like, Cobrini's over there and this is over there. And I'm like, dude, honestly, I'll fucking wipe Cobrini out.
Let's
Like,
go.
I'm telling you, like,
Let's
I know,
go.
like, we're black belts under the Mendez brothers.
Oh
We
shit.
were there. We used to coach there. We were like, I was in there. I used to do their merchandise, their website. I used to do like I used to teach the classes there. Like me and my bro were heavily involved over there. So I kind of know a lot of the back end stuff of what they did and kind of like the who and the how and the why and all that kind of stuff. Like I kind of got an idea, and that's what gave me confidence to be like, yo, I could do this. They're very supportive, but right now we're trying to kind of just create our own brand and have somewhat of our own identity. And then, of course, once we get a little bit bigger, we'll probably try to see how we can work with it.
That's sick, man. I mean, yeah, like I think that that's huge to have an affiliate that's behind you, so that when you get a blue belt that wants to come train, or a purple belt or a brown belt in the area that's looking for a new gym, you're like, yeah, we're Mendez Bros affiliates. Oh shit, cool. But then when it comes to the newer people that start, it's just like we're our own brand, like we're our own entity. You're gonna be probably you have your own IBJJF team name, or do you still go under
I do.
Mendez?
Yeah, we're my brother's a second degree black belt. I will be in December, so we're good. We have our own affiliation.
Sick, sick. So just tell me a little bit more about that, man. Like, I guess you said you came from New York, right? And then like what makes you, I guess, just like it seems like there's a big background here, and I just would like to know a little bit more about like your goals with that and everything. It seems like you've got a really big vision with this, and I just love to hear a little bit more about like how you got this started and like why is this like a now thing?
I mean, honestly, like man, when I like so I was in New York when I was younger, but what is it? Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No worries.
Yeah, so I was in New York when I was younger. I ended up moving to Hawaii, and I lived in Hawaii for 10 years, and that's where I started jujitsu. Like my brother started jujitsu in Hawaii as well, and my brother got his like purple belt from like and blue belt from BJ Penn there in Hilo. But I was in on Oahu, and I started jujitsu at like a small club over there. But then I got serious, and then I moved to what is it to Atos. That's how I met Liera.
Oh, sick.
And yeah, so I was at Atos for almost 3 years, and then my brother was always with the Mendez brothers, but I went to Atos for 3 years, and I got my purple from Andre, and then I got my brown and black from the Bros. But you know, since I was at Blue Bell, I was like, man, like I'm like this shit's my passion. I'm gonna start my own academy one day, and I wanted to start one back in Hawaii because that's where my daughter was born and my wife at the time, but that didn't work out too well. So we decided to stay here and make this work in Southern California. So I started kind of thinking like like how can we do this? So we when the pandemic started, that's how I jumped into like okay, like I've been wanting to do this shit for the last 3 years, so we're gonna start an academy in LA.
Let's do it, man. That's so sick. I love that, man. Yeah, I relate a lot, man. Like I was I was coming off some hard times in my life and found jujitsu. Perfect timing, like had to move away from my hometown, and get away from all my friends. I was partying, I was into drugs, I was doing all the things that an 18, 19-year-old would be doing if they want to just absolutely wreck their future. And I just came out of it through some miraculous events, some wake up calls. And I found MMA, thought I wanted to be a fighter, got one MMA fight. And then that night I met my coach in the bathroom of the venue. And he's like, hey, man, you should come try Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. Like, I know you got a fight tonight. Like, see how it goes. Like, and I ended up winning the fight and just feeling like striking was so crazy. And so I tried jujitsu the next day or the next week or whatever. And that day I was like, wait, so we don't even punch and kick, we just do like arm bars and stuff. Sweet, man. Sign me up for a year. And I didn't know what I was getting into there, but basically, through doing that, being a broke kid, just training jujitsu, going to tournaments out of South Dakota. We're an Autos affiliate out of South Dakota, the only one.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah. So I met Andre. We had Josh Hinger come out, Nikki, and I just wanted an opportunity to do something bigger. So I learned about online marketing, and I asked my coach, "Hey, man, uh, can I have $100 to spend on Facebook ads for you?" And he said, "Sure." So I spent $100 on Facebook ads. I ended up bringing in like 4 or 5 new students in kids class, which was an extra $500 a month, and they stayed on for months to come. So I started doing their marketing, and that's how I got this whole program started. That was 3 or 4 years ago, which allowed me to start competing. I got second in American Nationals twice at Blue Belt, and then like Liera came and taught a free seminar up in South Dakota. And when he taught there, I didn't even like what he showed was so crazy to me. And I remember just thinking right there, I was like, damn, it's been my childhood dream to move to Denver. And I wonder if I could do it. And so my business allowed me to move down here. And basically, long story short, like I told Liera, I was like, hey man, if you want to get more students, I see you're running some ads, like let me run them for you. Let's see what happens. And his first month, we spent 750 on his ads, signed up 25 new students at 18-month contracts. And so he's extra 100 grand lifetime value, and it hasn't slowed down since then. So that's kind of how I got my background, man. And it's cool. I love talking to other people that know Atos and similar people in jujitsu. It's so much bigger than just a sport. It connects all of us. So just wanted to give you a little bit more context of like where I come from. I really relate to that, like feeling that hunger. And once I started doing this with Liera, I realized I was like, man, I don't just want to have a business in jujitsu. I want to have an impact on the world and have more people sign up to jujitsu because we have more people have their lives impacted through jujitsu because of this program. So I think we're aligned there, my brother.
Dude, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I
So
would have never guessed North Dakota.
right, man. It's crazy, dude. South Dakota. But yeah,
South Dakota. I'm so sorry.
yeah, no worries, no worries. But
Is there? I know this is totally off subject, but if you're from South Dakota and someone says North Dakota, is that kind of a little offensive?
no, not really, man. It's
Oh, okay.
all the same. I mean, it's they're a whole different place. It'd be like saying like it'd be like being like, yo, I'm from Colorado, and somebody's like, you're from Nebraska, because South Dakota is like actually kind of low key dope. But
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, dude, that's understandable because like, like when someone's like from the East Coast, but they're from like Jersey, you're like, this dude's from Jersey. You know what I
right,
mean? Like,
right,
it's not the
Philly.
same.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, man.
Okay, well that's cool, man.
Yeah, yeah, yes. But we'll keep jamming, man. I just want to give you that context. It's exciting. But how did you get all these clients, man? You got 80 students just from like Instagram and word of mouth?
Dude, honestly, bro, it was just like when people come to our class, like, dude, we like vibe it out. Like, we bring energy. Like, we bring energy. We try to like, we're really into like music, fashion. We're pretty heavy and like when people have like events or whatever, we go to them. Like, we really like channel that stuff we're in control of. Like if someone's like, yo, I'm graduating from the police academy, like, want to come to my graduation, boom, we're there. Like if people are like for instance, there's a big event that took place this weekend, and I'm not into like, I'm totally not this kind of type of person, but like ooh, um there was like it's like how they have like jujitsu con or whatever, like like all that kind of stuff, like kind of like something con, whatever, like fashion con or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of
Right.
course.
So there was puff con, and I'm like totally not into what do you call it, like smoking weed or anything like that. But it was a huge event, and one of our clients brought us like VIP, and she was like, I really want you guys to come so I can introduce my clients to you, this and that. So we went there. So we really try to like channel that in, and somewhat of the people that we have, like the people that come, it radiates out. They just like we get trainers because we sublease a space. That's another thing I didn't tell you.
Oh,
We
okay.
sublease a space inside of a training facility. It's a private training facility, and what they do is it's only private clients only, and so most of those clients have money, and so they'll either tell their friends about it, or like they'll themselves will want to come and what do you call it, take classes. But that having that gym closed down near us definitely helped.
Dude, that's huge. And I mean, getting the awareness out now is going to be so important for that. I mean, so dude, you guys do all the right things, but like, I guess, are you comfortable relying on just like, like word of mouth and like just people like Instagram and like what you're doing now, like to grow the
Oh, I want to do more. That's why I'm having this conversation with you. Like, I want to bring it to a point where like because I know when people come in there, they like, but it's gotten to a point where it's been kind of stagnant as of the last 2 months, 3 months. And that's why I'm like, dude, I gotta fucking figure out something else.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like the word of mouth and referrals, they'll grow you to as far as they'll grow you, and then it'll stagnate like that. Or you'll hit a wall eventually, and then you've got to like put some cash into it or do something to boost it up. So you're currently doing all these things to bring in new students. You guys have a great community. When people come in, they love it. You pour into your students, and that's not easy to do when you got 80 members, man. But it seems like you guys have like a great thing going if you can just get people in the door. I guess, what do you feel like is the challenge with bringing in new students and bringing that traffic and awareness to the gym?
Hold on one sec. Hold on one second.
Yeah, yeah, G, no worries.
Um, I think it's just more or less getting people like, how many people we get like that pass by, or like, or people that just like, oh, like I tell them where we're at, they're like, oh, I had no idea this was there was, or like people will find out through Instagram, they're like, dude, I never knew like there was a jiu-jitsu gym like right around the corner from me. And so like, how can I create that
Mm.
exposure where like people are like, they know, like they fucking know, like, there's a jiu-jitsu gym right around the corner from me. And so like that's why like I'm like, oh, like there's gotta be a way. I mean, every time I talk to like, even recently, my brother had some conversations with like AOJ and like, with some guys who was working on the back end there. Like they do ads, like they do shit like that. And I know that's what it's gonna take in order to like bring more traffic in. So that's why I'm like, dude, we gotta figure this out. We gotta start doing this.
100%, man. I mean, as you know, everybody's on social media. And the thing is like all these social media platforms are competing against each other to be the best. So, like, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or Google or whatever, they all want you to spend your money with them and keep spending your money with them. So they have access to more data, more people, and to reach everybody within a mile away from your business, it probably costs you like $10 or $20 to show them all an ad one time. Now that's not exactly how it works, but like just in consideration, if you put the right thing in front of people, posting on Instagram, as you've seen, it does a little bit, but it's just really, it takes so much time. You got to be consistent, and it's so much work. So what we do is we take, a post that's inviting people, that's showing them that awareness and exposure, and we run that in your target demographic area, and we make it so easy for people to come in, where literally they see an ad on their phone and we invite them. They click on the ad, they submit their information, their name, email, phone. Once they do that, that puts them into a system where we're going to automatically send them personalized text. Like, these are really chill. It's not like robotic stuff. It's like, hey Alexis, super stoked that you inquired on more information about our gym. Can't wait to show you more. If you'd like to just get started, come right in. Here's the link to our online scheduler. You can pick a time there, or if you have any other questions, let me know. Boom, right there. They're going to click on that link. They're going to get access to your calendar. They're going to pick the time and date. Once they pick the time and date, we're literally going to send them, hey Alexis, your class is confirmed for Tuesday at 9 a.m. We'll see you there. Just bring a water bottle, this and that. Oh, and by the way, can you fill out this waiver online ahead of time? Boom. We send them a couple more messages. Oh, here's the address. Hey, you've got 24 hours to your class. Are you still going to make it? Like, we don't only book the appointment, but we also send appointment reminders to ensure that they come. So I mean, dude, like what you're doing, it's just literally, you've got everything that you need except the awareness and exposure. So you said it's been stagnant for the last like 3 months or so, or like how long have you been dealing with this?
Doing what do you mean?
Just dealing with seeing that things are a little bit slower and knowing that you need to change something, or do something new.
Uh, I mean, honestly, like I always knew that was the route because I always have conversations. Like I'm kind of like that's kind of like my mindset. Like I'm always like never satisfied, good and bad at the same time. But like I'm always thinking like, oh, like how can we make this better? How can we get more people here? And so the last few months, since I've been really like focused on like cleaning up things on the back end and really seeing like analytics and all that kind of stuff, and I've noticed like, oh, like slow down in the last 2 months. We've had a few cancellations recently, and so that definitely, has given me a little bit of a kick in the butt to be like, like let's explore this option of like digital marketing or whatever, figure out like or even what people do or how they do it or how much it costs. I know that plays a little bit of a part in it, and I know that it's not something like like you do a few ads here and there, like or like you invest for 1 month and that's it. Like I understand, like it is a process, it is an investment.
100%, man. I mean, you've got a really good dial on that. So I guess just to put it into perspective, just like a ballpark figure, about how much revenue are you guys currently doing per month at the moment right now then?
Everything is so like kind of mixed up, but I would say we're in that like 15, maybe 15, anywhere from 12 to 15.
About 12 to 15. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that I mean, we got about 80 students. I looked at the analytics recently, and it's about 180 for each client, based off of we have some promo accounts. We have like some founder accounts, like people who kind of like train with us, but like let them train for free. Every gym kind of has that, or like some people have like friends and family, which we don't. We're trying to kind of kill that, but like obviously we have people who do give a few discounts too, but it averages out to 180 something per client. But I was just like, like if we have 80 clients at 180 Um, we could probably do the math real easy right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
12 to 15,000. Okay, so let's put ourselves 6 to 12 months out from now, Alexis. Like, where do you need to be at to be truly satisfied in this business? Like, what's your goal revenue wise, and what does that look like?
So I'm looking to like right now. I'm looking to sustain a rent that would probably cost us about anywhere from 12 to 15 grand, right? So I'm trying to be somewhat like obviously we would like if we went into that right now, like as you would know, like we wouldn't make it. But what I want to do is I want to at least have twice the amount of rent. Some people are saying that you want a third of the rent, and the rest to be like revenue, right? But I would probably say we would be comfortable if we had like anywhere from 150 to 200 students.
150 to 200 at that 180 to 220. So we're looking to put up about 30K. And if we can do that, then you can afford the place, and everything like that. And do you have room and capacity right now in your current facility to start bringing those numbers up, or is it
In
contingent
our
on
current
this?
facility, like man, we're like maxed out on space. When it's like if we just get people that are excited, like especially after ADCC, everyone's excited. They're like, oh, I want to train. And so, man, it was so bad. I was like, oh fuck, dude, like how are we gonna do this? But like, we're able to like split groups and all that kind of stuff. But like there is a strong push right now to try to staple on a new place. And I'm talking to real estate agents. I'm really trying to channel in and I want to grow into a space, right? So I have an investor who's willing to invest in us and buy us a little bit of time to fill those clients up.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So, I mean, big leaps of faith, big plays, big challenges, but you sound like the type of guy that makes big decisions and you're not afraid to put yourself out there, for this business. And so I guess like, what's your vision for the business getting to that level? Like you told me earlier about your goals with this, getting to 200 students and everything, but like what do you said you want to be beating Cobrini school. You guys are in IBJJF. Like you want to bring on more coaches, you want to bring on more students, you want to grow like your kids program. Like tell me about the vision at this new place. Like what would that look like exactly?
Like it's not necessarily like we're like competing with Cobrinha, like that's kind of a bold statement, but like it's more or less like I just want my school to be identified as like one of the bigger academies, and like one of the focal points that we have is community and like outsourcing other things other than um like right now, like our clientele, we have a lot of creatives. So for instance, we have a lot of musicians, dancers, what do you call it? Singers. Like it's crazy. Like the people that fucking come in. I don't know. Like I don't know. It's not like we're not trying to like, but it's weird how like they're attracted to like coming to our place. Like, have you heard that band Senses Fail?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so it's like a famous like emo band, but the head singer trains with us, and he's kind of like what is it? Brought like a few people too to come train with him. But anyways, um, where was I going with this? We're like our big thing is like community. So we're trying to create like a community that like that where we can have people, they feel comfortable because everyone that comes to jiu-jitsu, like they're looking for something. They're looking, we've had some recent people come in that have never been a part of a community, and they're now like they're part of this community. Like they have like little subgroups. They're all hang out with each other outside of the mats, etc. Right? So that's kind of like our big thing is community, and so our means is we're still working on it. Like how we're gonna do it, or like what exactly are we going to do? Like that is still in the works. We're still trying to figure out like an identity, so to speak.
Trying to kind of figure out your why, right? Like suppose you're giving,
Yeah,
the
like I mean, we
community.
obviously yeah, we have like certain whys. Like for instance, like I have like man, like one of my core things has always been like I like I want to help people. I want to be able to like be I want to help others like the way I was helped, like especially my young adult life. And so that's kind of it. But like I think we need more of a substance. Like like why do we want to help like this specific demographic or etc. Like that we're still like trying to identify.
Mm. Okay. So like suppose that you're getting to that you're building that community. You've got families coming in now. You've got, you're in the new facility and you're able to scale to that 30,000 per month. You've got 150 students. Like what do you and your brother, I guess, if you could speak for him, like really want out all that? Like you said, you want to help people. Like the driving force behind it, I guess, is just to build the community of jujitsu and to be a force that helps people, or am I way, like I guess what's the driving force behind all that,
I mean, it's a culmination of things. Like, I would definitely say, like, like revenue doesn't really have too much to do with it, even though, like, a lot of people are telling me, like, man, like, you should definitely make that, like, one of your, like, of course, I want to have, I want to be able to support, I'm a dad, I want to be able to support my family, etc., that type of stuff. But, I mean, jiu-jitsu is more, it's a passion project. It's something that right now, like, especially being super passionate about it, jiu-jitsu is that vessel that we're outreaching out to the community, trying to like, just like show good jujitsu, good community. That's kind of where we're at right now. I mean, of course, like that, like our why needs to be a little bit more. I kind of get where you're going, but right now, like as far as through this conversation, that's pretty much like all I can think of right now. I mean, if you can give me some examples, I could
No, that's
probably,
huge, man. That's huge.
yeah,
I mean, for some people, like they'll say, like, hey, I got this student that works for me that is still working as a nurse and they want to go full time. And I'd love to be able to provide that for them, or, like things of that nature where it's like, the impact that you're going to create. But I mean, just by doing what you're doing, you're creating that impact. So, let me make sure I'm clear on this, Alexis. You're currently at like 12 to 15,000, and it's not really about the money, but you want to get to 30K so that you can create more impact. And I guess you told me your biggest challenge is like awareness and exposure. So I'm curious, what do you feel like is the biggest blocker, or I guess like hurdle from getting there on your own then? Hello? Might have lost you for a second. I can't hear you, brother. Whoops, lost him. What's up, brother, man?
Brother, I'm so sorry about that.
No worries at all, man. No worries at all. Okay, cool. So I know that you're busy and I got to run here soon too. So let me kind of wrap this up for you. I've been taking a lot of notes and you know, we can go into a little bit deeper about what it is that we exactly do. And I can really go into how I feel like this would work for you now if you want.
Yeah, for sure, please.
Absolutely, man.
And
So
also with consideration too of location. Now, is that an issue? Like, there was another guy. I think maybe he does something a little bit different where he uses like Google Ads or that kind of stuff. Like, let me know if that's a conflict or is it going to change? Like, if we just go from one location to another.
the coolest thing about what I do, man, is it's so flexible. Like when you got a
Okay,
guy like me, like I live this stuff, man. Like advertising is communication, and communication is like what I've always excelled in. Like I've always loved talking to people when I was a kid. English class was like my favorite. I wrote all the time, and so that transfers over really well into what we do. And so with ads, like back in the day, if you ran a billboard or a print or radio ad, you put that thing out there, it's out there for 3 months and you can't change it. You run an ad that says one thing and you need to change it the next day, you can easily edit that and put it back out. You know what I'm saying? So like there's so much flexibility in this.
okay, cool.
Yeah, so like right now, I see my only concern is the limiting space factor, like because we max out programs, man. Like I mean, if you've got, I mean, we need like I don't know if we've got any other class times or what we could do. Because last thing I would want to do is like you go into this new place in a rich neighborhood in Hollywood for 15 G's, you're barely scraping by, and then you don't have income to even invest in marketing. I know you have an investor. Sounds like you've got your capital or your growth. It sounds like you've got it funded in some type of way. But essentially, I want to make sure that we can like start putting those numbers up so that your transition's real smooth. You know what I mean?
Yes, correct, dude. Honestly, that's kind of what I didn't, probably not the best words, but that's what I was kind of looking for.
Yeah, man. So like we could dive into that, man, and I'll yeah, I'll go into this a little bit deeper because I really see where you're at, man. I mean, you've done excellent at building this thing from the ground up, and you guys are looking at new locations. And I mean, dude, we're so early in the jiu-jitsu community. It's the fastest growing sport in the world right now. And it's just going to be incredible to see, 5 years of establishment, grinding, and all of a sudden you're like the Mendes bros, you're like Atos, you're like, I mean, we've just seen in 3 years at Logos. I mean, we're almost to that 200 students mark. When I first talked to them when I first came here, before I even started running their ads, they were about 140, signing up like 15 students a month, and now we're signing up 30 students a month, and we're almost at 200, man. So I mean, it's just crazy to see like what this can do. And so I'll get into specifically what we would do for you now, man, if you're ready to kind of hear what I think would work really well.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, sweet Alexis. So basically, man, as you've seen from what Chase said and you've heard from Professor Liera Jr., is that we specifically work with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school owners who are trying to grow their kids program or adults program or both. And they've been growing from word of mouth, referrals, and just kind of the grassroots ways. And we help them to gain exposure and awareness on autopilot so that they can be bringing in new students to their facility on autopilot. And we typically work with people who don't really have much establishment online. They don't really have like a lead generation system, and they're not exactly sure of the methodology behind that. And so based on what you told me today, how we'd really work together, Professor, is, step one, we need to dial in your messaging, targeting, and value proposition so that we're bringing in new awareness and exposure through ads. So we need it so the person that lives down the street from you, when they're scrolling first thing in the morning on Instagram, they need to see your gym and be invited and have something that says, hey, come try us out for free. And we need to have the targeting dialed in so we're attracting the right people, you know. So like your value proposition, that's going to be like we were kind of discussing earlier, a family program, you know, a kids program. Like who are we really going after, and what are we going to offer them that's going to get them in the door and bring the right types of people. Okay, so that's pillar one, right? Is just getting awareness and exposure, getting leads in the door, getting people. But naturally, just by getting leads, that's not going to get a student, right? Like there's going to be a lot of people that are just scrolling online, they see the ad, they're not that committed, you know, they have low intent. Like you get all sorts of people to come through there. And so pillar number two is we need to put systems in place to help you automatically nurture those leads and filter them out so that the best ones are readily available to you, and you're not spending your time chasing down a bunch of tire kickers or people that really have no interest in coming in. So basically, we'll put systems in place to get qualified appointments and trials on your calendar on autopilot. So the ad comes, it generates, you know, the phone numbers from the people, they see your ad, they click on it, and then from there, they go into the automation sequence that's going to send them some welcome messaging. If they don't respond to the first message, it's going to message them the next day, and so on and so forth. We're sending them text messages, and because texts have a 97% open rate, everybody's texting, you know, so we're going to put those systems in place so that, you know, the lead comes in, and then we're not just like, here, Alexis, go call this lead. No, we're going to text them for you automatically. We're going to email them. We're going to give them the information on your academy, and we're going to set an automated online booking system up so that prospects can literally click on the link. They can find a time that works for them, and they can get into your as a booked appointment from there. Okay, so those are the first two pillars of four, right? There's four. Pillar three, we need a system that's going to house all this and track all this. I know you said you use Zen Planner and you have an attendance tool. And so we don't want to change any of the processes that you're currently doing. Everything that you're already doing is cool. We don't need to change any of that. But what we want to do is we want to have a system that's going to work as your lead follow-up tool. And what we have for you is we've got a mobile app that you can download on your phone, where all the leads, that whether they come from your website, a Facebook ad, an Instagram ad, a messenger, they all go into the same place and they're all tracked. So if there's a new lead that comes in, it's going to organize them so you can see where all your new leads are. You can see where all your scheduled appointments are, all your no-shows. And so your staff or whoever's working leads, your front desk, they can actually easily manage all of the lead flow through a simple mobile app. And it's not like we're using spreadsheets and people are calling off their personal phones. No, everything's tracked. Mobile app, super easy. So you have your ads bringing people in, the system automatically texting them, and then an app on your phone and a desktop version too, where all of this stuff is housed in. You can see it working live. With that app, we also do review management. So we'll help you get more Google reviews. It does some social media posting that you can schedule, reporting. Like it's a sick app. I mean, I partnered with them back in 2019, and it changed the game for me. My whole business has been built off that. Okay, so to recap, we need a system that houses all your lead generation and follow-up efforts. And then for the last thing really is scaling things up. It's bringing on more leads, more volumes, filling your kids program, filling your adult programs, finding the gaps where people can fit, and just getting more people in the door. Because once we have a system that brings in 5 students a month, that same system will bring in 50 students a month. We just have to be willing to spend the ad spend. And ultimately, our goal for our clients is to get them to 30 to 50K per month reoccurring income. And not just for jiu-jitsu schools, we also do this for fitness, kickboxing, and other types of niches that are a little bit different. So that's essentially the 4 pillars. What we do for that is we use Facebook and Instagram paid advertising. And so you pay Facebook and Instagram directly. We set everything up, we manage it, and operate it and scale it, test it, and refine it through your accounts. But you're actually going to be in control of your budget. So if you're like, hey man, we signed up 10 students this month off, $900 in ad spend. Next month, I want to do 2,000 in ad spend. I believe in what you're doing. Then the next month, we're going to see 18 students or maybe even 25. Because as you spend more, it's not like a 1-for-1 ratio where it's like if $500 brings you 5 students, then 1,000 brings you 10. No, what I've seen in my experience is it's more like if 500 brings you 5 students, 1,000 is going to bring you 12 students. 1,500 is going to bring you 21 students. Like it doesn't quite make sense. But the more you spend, the more you get. So that's essentially kind of how our program works.
Oh, that's like really cool, man. It's a lot. I'm just like, but like a lot of information is what I meant, not money, but like, man, it's something that I'm definitely like when Mike, when Mike referred me to you, I was like, oh, like this guy must be good, like because Mike's very like he's kind of low key a little bit.
Very
You
much
know what
so.
I mean? But when he's stoked on something, like, he's stoked. So like, man, I really appreciate him. It is something that I've already talked about with my brother. So it is something like we're definitely like considering looking into. I got a lot more information than I thought I was gonna get today with you. Just based off of like some of the other what do you call it, guys that I've spoken with in the past. There was a guy that I don't even remember the name of the company, but it was a little bit more confusing.
MDK Marketing out of Canada. Was it MDK Marketing out of Canada?
No, it was out of like the UK or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, there's quite a few, but it was more confusing, and this one makes a little bit more sense. And I can see like how like I have a little bit of experience on kind of what it is you do, so that makes a little bit more sense. So, as far as like where would we go, like what would be the next step?
Yeah, man. Yeah. So basically what we do is it's a month-to-month deal, and you pay us a subscription basis to set everything up and manage it for you. It's we guarantee you results, or you don't pay for it. So basically we handle payment to get you started. It's a month-to-month commitment, but we really recommend thinking of it as a 90-day program. It's kind of how long it takes to really, really see the long-term results you want. And then after that, we've got an onboarding form. You literally fill out this onboarding form. You give us access to your Facebook business page, your Instagram, and we create an ad account for you if you don't already have one, business ad account. And then my team, we create all the ads, the strategy. For you, we would create a campaign for kids, a campaign for adults, and then we would test a campaign that kind of targets both at the same time. And so yeah, man. I mean, you set your ad budget. We recommend $30 to $50 a day, just on directly to the ads platforms, and then you just pay us, to get everything started.
Okay. How does it like, for instance, I mean, how do you see the result? Like, how quick do the results? I mean, obviously, I know it takes time, but what's like pretty standard for people to see results and stuff like?
It depends on the offer we're doing. If we're doing like a 2-week free trial, or like there's like a lag. Usually I see about 3 weeks, and then people start seeing a lot of sales. Like I'll give you some an actual account that we've just been running. So a gym in Colorado Springs, we started running their ads September 1st, and we spent about $900 in September on their ads. And the first two and a half weeks, they didn't see any signups because they're doing a 2-week free trial. So the people have to try it out for 2 weeks. There's kind of a lag there. And then on week 3, they signed up 13 people. And so 13 people, theirs is $200 a month. So I don't know the exact math on that. I'm not great at math on the fly, but a couple grand, a little over 2 grand. And they spent $900, and then what they paid us, that's 2 grand generated in that month. But as you know, that's just 1 month. And these students, they stay on for an average of, I mean, it just depends on the gym, but generally a jujitsu student stays for at least a year, a lot of times closer to 3. So like you do the math, if we just get, 10 students a month, and let's say they stay for 2 years, at that 220 times, 24 months, $5,000 per student. If we're bringing on 10 students a month, that's an extra, 52 grand. And so that's kind of how we look at the ROI, is in lifetime value. Sorry, I hope that wasn't confusing. I felt like that was a little.
No. Like I'm listening, and to be honest, I got so hungry. Sorry, I grabbed something to eat really bad.
Good, bro.
Because
Yeah.
I've been nonstop today, dude. It's been teaching, and then I have a meeting with a website guy and all this stuff. So I'm sorry about that.
No worries, man. No worries. And I can show you exactly what we're doing for Logos. Like for Logos, we generated 173 leads for them last month for $4.98. And so we spent 861. And in September, they haven't even, I don't think Nick, the front desk guy, has updated all of the stuff for us. But just to show you here, like this is the ad. Like, can you see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
This is literally the ad that's responsible for generating like over $100,000 in revenue. It's not what you'd think, right?
Hold on 1 second. I'm having trouble seeing it.
Yeah, no worries.
Where is it?
If you pull up the Zoom window, it should.
No, for some reason my screen is black. Oh, here it is. Looking for 15 people.
Yep. In Rhino, Denver, try Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, 30 days free on sign up.
Okay.
So we test like 25 to 30 different ads. So we'll run like, pictures of students in class, like we'll make graphics, but we found lately what does the best is literally like these texts. So we just say looking for, 15 to 25 people in Hollywood to try Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, absolutely free, limited slots, and we create some kind of offer. And then what that does on the other side, I'll show you the CRM and how that's kind of broken up too. And kind of how the text and everything are set up. So a lead sees that, or a person sees that ad, they click the link to sign up. And when they do, we send them out, like I said, the text and the automated stuff. So, right away, we shoot them this email that has the booking link. Hey, it's Nick at Logos. Can I help you get your training started? And then they can click this link right here that'll take them to their online calendar, where they can just, pick what day they want to come in, what time. And then from there, we book them into an appointment, and everything is tracked here in the opportunities tab. So you can see where all the leads are on a high level.
I see. Does it like categorize the lead and stuff?
It does, yeah. Basically automatically. Some of these are like if one of them is a no-show or a reschedule, like Eddie, he said, hey, I can't make it to this class. So then Nick, our guy, he would just drag and drop Eddie over to reschedule, and then that's going to send him a rescheduling link.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, right now, like that's another thing I think what's kind of paused our growth is we don't really have too many people helping us. Like I've been doing a lot of like the back end stuff, which I don't think I should be, but like I haven't really found anyone, and I haven't got to a point where I'm like, fuck, dude, like can we pay someone to do this, like at least at a part-time level?
Well, there's a disconnect, man. When you're the professor, you're the main guy, and you're the guy working the leads. It definitely takes value away in people's minds. Unfortunately, I learned that from a mentor early on, that if you're the guy, like if it were me that reached out to you instead of Chase, it's a little bit different. You're like, this kid, I got to give him a shot. But since it's like Chase reached out and like Leah told you, Like now there's this different value around talking to me where you're like, okay, this is the actual guy. And so for you, what we can do is we can create these systems where this automated person is, hey, this is Laura at, Jiu-Jitsu Academy. Like, glad you're like, it can be the text person can be like its own person because this works 24/7, 365 consistently. If somebody doesn't respond to the text, it's going to keep messaging them for like 90 days. And we have like email marketing that comes out. Like, check this out. Like, I wrote this whole email marketing about why, like, so many celebrities are switching to jujitsu and like come try us out. And so we're on your behalf messaging all these people that we generate for you.
That's so cool, man.
And it gives you a high level view too. So since I started with Logos like 3 months ago, we've generated over 1,000 leads. You can see pretty much how everything's broken down. And in our reporting tab too, you can actually see like all the signups and everything that's ever like the total ROI. And so it's pretty cool, man, as a business owner to look and say, hey, I'm spending, let's see, like right here, I'm spending couple thousand on ads, and then you can see this ROI, 100% ROI on 536. We brought in 10 new students for this one, $53 a new student. This campaign brought $38 a new student. Oh, I'm actually not even in Logos. I realize I'm in the Colorado Springs account, but same thing. You can see that we're killing it for them too. So yeah, man.
Does Liera have a kids program or no?
No, he doesn't have a kids program and he doesn't want one. But I started out, my first instructor ever, I started out maxing his kids program. And dude, like that's it's a crazy advantage. Like we can literally fill your kids program so fast. Like that's easy. Like out of everything that I've ever done, filling a kids program is probably one of the easiest I've done. Okay, so check, yeah, like yeah, from January 1st. Okay, so Nick doesn't have all the sales in here marked, but you can still see like about 2,000 in ads and ad spend, and we've generated 35,000 in revenue, 1,700% ROI. And this number isn't even close. Like there's probably 4 times as many sales as this. So we've probably generated close to about 200 grand of lifetime revenue now for $2,000 in ad spend.
Wow.
Crazy, man. It's one of the biggest things I've ever done in my career. The Logos campaign is probably one of the biggest, and then second to that, runner up, I just saved a guy's business. He was talking about closing his kickboxing gym before he met me, and I met him at the academy because he's a black belt over there. And long story short, he was looking at closing his doors, worked with me for 3 months, brought his revenue up 71%. And that's one of my other biggest success stories. So it's not something that just works in a missile silo. This is an opportunity that anyone can take advantage of. But Facebook's changing all the time. All these platforms are changing all the time. What works today might not work tomorrow. So it's like a thing where like we got to get on like as much as we can right now while we have all these tools, because things might change in 4 months, 6 months, and things like that. So but yeah, man, I think that covers a lot of our bases. I know that you've got your brother involved in this, and you guys have a lot of talking to do on these notes. What other main questions did you have for me?
Honestly, that's it for right now. I probably have to like have a conversation with him and how we can what would be the next step. So dude, this is a lot of information, man. It sounds like a positive thing, like for sure. It sounds like something I'm definitely interested in. It's something that we do have capital to invest in. So let me talk it over with him and kind of see, how we can move forward.
And I don't know if we brushed up on total investment.
Oh, I do have a question just so I don't forget.
Right.
We are working on our website, and so that was the two things I already mentioned. One was the location, right? So when we do decide to, so let me stick with the website first. My mind was so fast. is that an issue? Like our website's not really updated. It's pretty old. Like we haven't done any maintenance somewhat to it except for like updating the schedule. Um, do you think that's something that we should focus on, like, building up? Start with the website first.
I'll tell you what, man. Do you have somebody doing your website yet?
I have a guy who is in like he's he's in he's in marketing, but he doesn't really know how to like do a website, so he kind of just pieced it together. But I have another guy I've been talking with lately, and he's gonna help like kind of fix it up.
You trust them? You think that it's worth the work there? Does it seem like that's going to be the best option for you?
No, but like I do like, so merchandise is like something that is kind of like we've
Your
kind of
merch is
made.
nice, man. Your merch website looks nice.
Dude, thank you, man. Like that's easy to manage, but it's the regular website that we're trying to fix, and because it's through Shopify. Right now we have
Oh,
yeah. It's You think Shopify's junk?
for this, yeah, man. You want to Shopify is great for your. I would keep your store there. I would have your store separate because Shopify works good for that. Um, but man, like I'll tell you what, like I don't normally do this, but I do have a website guy on my team. We've made websites before, and it's really not too difficult to be honest with you for my team to do them. Let me just show you the one that we built for my old instructor. Actually, not that one. But what I'd be willing to do for you, man, like this one's not even nearly as good as we could do these days. If you and your brother decide that you guys want to move forward with me, I'll throw in a website for you guys and build the website in my platform so that all the leads are already synced. We'll have your reviews in there, we'll have your map in there, and we'll have a scheduling page in there. Like this is the one we did for my old coach, and it's honestly not the best. It's not our best work, but it's functional. It works, and so we can do a lot better than this. I've got a really good guy on my team. So if you guys come on board for our lead gen service, I'll include a full website build for you guys. Completely free of charge. And that's just because I know when you start talking with different people, you get a different program set up, and now you got a website guy, and and what if he doesn't, and it's just like it just gets kind of muggy. So what I'd prefer, if we built you up from scratch, we have the website, and it'd be separate, from the lead gen. So if something, you decide you don't want to keep the lead gen going, you keep the website going. That's nothing, no issues. We have unlimited hosting, and we'll design it and everything for you. If that's something you want to do, I'll definitely include that for you. We'll have some templates for you to choose from, and then we'll just include that as part of our service. So how does that sound for you?
Um, Let me talk with. We're kind of talking to a website guy right now. So let me see where he's at with that right now.
Perfect, man. Perfect.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we talked about total investment for like the subscription that I've got. Do you want to get into that, or do you want to just wait till you kind of talk with your bro?
Let's, because I gotta go right now. But let's continue the conversation after I kind of relay some of this stuff with my brother, and
Absolutely.
we can kind of figure out like how we would go moving forward. And the other question was just like with the location. Um, that's not necessarily like an issue, right?
Not at all. Not at all, man. Easy. In fact, it'd be great when you move no new location because then we got a whole new market to tap into. So we'll get your students in that little pocket, max out your location here. You move to the new place, we start running grand opening campaigns.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let me go ahead and talk with him. He's not feeling well today, and I probably won't see him all day today. So let me touch base with him, and then we'll move forward.
Let's do it, man. Yeah, I mean, you've got an incredible opportunity, man, and I'd just be absolutely honored to have a part in the growth of your academy and helping you achieve those goals and getting you into that new facility. And obviously, as you can see the difference in me and other marketers, like I compete, I train, I live this, I love jujitsu, it saved my life. So I'm about the only marketing guy that you'll talk to. There's other ones too that do jujitsu, but This is more than just a business to me. So anything I can do to help, man, just reach out. It's fine to just message me on Instagram. That's chill. And yeah, man, we'll get it going.
Dude, thank you, man. I really appreciate the phone call. And let's touch base either tomorrow.
Okay, more than likely on Wednesday. But if I have any questions or anything, I'll shoot them over.
Okay, cool. I'll
What's the best way to get a hold of you? Want to text me your number? Did I send you my number?
yeah, you did text me your number. Wednesdays.
Or if you think email is fine too, like that's fine, because then I usually separate my emails from my
Yeah,
from
anyway, even on Instagram, man, you can message me. Like
oh yeah, that's right. I forgot that.
I'm
Man,
everywhere, but I'll shoot you a message on your text too, so you got my number. And then yeah, Wednesday's pretty full for me. Let's talk on Thursday. Let's just follow up.
let's do that. And that gives me a little bit of time, and I'm super excited. Like, to be honest, like my brother's pretty easygoing. Um, he'll probably look. This is LA, dude. All the helicopters flying everywhere. My brother's pretty easygoing. He kind of follows like my lead, because I've kind of taken the lead on like back end stuff and like kind of like more of that end. And he's definitely does a little bit more of the classes and kind of stuff at the academy. So, but I still gotta run stuff by him and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely, man. No worries. So, yeah, just talk to him, and then we'll jump back on Thursday, and we'll get you going, man. We'll get you rocking.
Dude, thank you so much, man. And I'll talk to you soon.
Awesome, Professor. Great to meet you, man. And whenever I'm up
Nice.
that way, I'm gonna come train for
Dude,
sure.
always.
Been watching your
Anytime.
videos. Your I
Oh,
wrote that daily Hiva passing that you were doing in one of your recent videos. Sick. You
sick.
go to the
Thank
one
you, man.
side and then knee pin back to the other side.
Oh man, thank you,
Move.
man. I was like, geez, and sometimes I'm like, wow, I like put up some of that stuff. I was like, I just try to put myself out there a little bit. I'm not really like that person to do that, but I'm like, fuck, I gotta do this. I gotta fucking push it out just to stay relevant.
Dude,
But
it's
thank you,
important,
man. I
man.
appreciate it.
Absolutely. And show your classes too, man. Just a picture of class. Like, you don't have to create anything. You don't have to edit anything. The more raw, the better. Like, document it, don't create it. Just, hey, we got class today. 6 p.m. class was packed, new students on just document that, man. That is the easiest way to go about just putting stuff out
Yeah, I
there.
know. You know the thing with me and like as far as Instagram marketing and stuff like that, I do get caught up in aesthetics just because I worked for AOJ, which is like Ruka, and I also worked for Virus, and so I get kind of caught up in that like aesthetics as far as like, but as far as like stories and all that stuff, I usually blow it up. Lately, I've been pretty busy. But on my stories, I'm constantly blowing up my classes and stuff, and people see like, oh, like it's a big class. I should have went today, or that kind of stuff.
Sick, man. Well, keep it up, man. You've obviously done a great job getting to this point, and we'll just put the fuel to the fire, man, and get you up to that next level, that 100 students, 125, 150, up to 200, man, easily.
Yeah, the goal at the beginning of the year was 150. I was like, dude, I want to hit 150. I mean, I'm not sure if we could hit that. Like, as of now, I think that's a little bit of a push, but
Depends
man,
how
if we
much ad budget we got, man. How much space and how much ad budget. I think you give me two or 3 months, man. We'd have to work real close and real hard. But yeah, man, with this, like, it's the blueprint, man. I can get you anywhere. It's just about how fast and how far we want to go.
yeah, and how much rev? Yeah, I get it. All right, man. Well, thank you so much. I'll talk to you Thursday.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Good,
Thank you,
good
brother.
meeting you, man. Have a great
Nice
rest
meeting
of
you
your day.
too. You too. Bye.
Thanks. See you.